So my orchid's grown a new stem with a bunch of little flower buds on it, and it looks like they're just about to open now. So I've forgotten what colour the flowers are. It'll be a nice surprise to find out again. Hello, it's Friday the 12th of January 2018. You can see what colour my hair is now in the natural light. It's a very, very, very bright pink, and I did this with the Directions brand colours in cerise. It's a great colour, covers all sorts of uneven tones and is really, really super pigmented. So I'd recommend that one if you want this sort of colour. My new fish are doing well so far. The platies are the slightly bigger ones. There's a bright yellow one with a black stripe and a bright orangey red one, and I'd like to give those ones names. I don't think I can name the minnows because it's very hard to tell them apart and they always swim around in a little school. So I tried giving them a few flakes of their food, and they were happy to all swim up and take the food. I saw all of them eating, so I think they're doing really well. The water looks slightly cloudy, but I think that's just things adjusting with the new fish, and I'll keep an eye on it and change some of the water for clean water if I need to. But the fish seem happy. So, a bit of a weird morning and slightly stressful. I was woken up about 9:45 by a social care woman who introduced herself, showed me her badge, and then asked if I knew why she was there. And I was like, no, because you're obviously not my carer and you're not here to cook me a meal, so I'm not sure. And she was like, right. And I was like, so what are you here for then? Are you going to tell me? And basically it turned out that they'd raised some sort of safeguarding issues by the fact that my mum was never home, but when I first started speaking to her it wasn't clear at all what the issues were, and I was kind of half asleep, and my mum had been screaming at me for hours last night, as she always does. So I started talking about how it's horrible for me to live here and how my mum's constantly verbally abusive and screams at me, and just explained a few examples of things that have happened recently along those lines. But I did say that I do feel safe here. I mean, I'm not frightened of her. I don't think she's going to physically harm me. It's just that she's generally rude and insulting 24/7. So the social worker was like, this is heavy. And I was like, sorry? Anyway, and then my regular carers turned up and they all had a chat, and none of them had any idea what my mum was like. She'd been putting on this really caring act on the phone to one of the women. So I'm slightly worried about what the consequences of that are going to be. But it felt really good to admit to someone else what she's really like.